everyone. Today I have a wonderful story for you all. The title of this story I'm going to tell you at the end, but I will certainly want to tell you one thing, that the story begins when the father wants to show the son about how the world is and the difference between the rich and the poor, and watch the video carefully and understand every word when you will conclude what the child says in the end. So let's start the story. So there was this rich father with his small child, and the father wanted to show his son how the poor people live and what is their life like. So he takes the son to a village, and there he wants the son to spend the whole day with a poor family in their little farm that they had. And in that small little hut of theirs, he wanted the son to spend every moment of that day and understand how people spend their time, how they live in poverty. After spending the entire morning till night, the next morning, the father and son returned back from their trip, and when they got down their car, the father wanted to ask how the trip was, what did he learn, how did he feel being there with the villagers in their small little hut. The son was bubbling with joy. He had really enjoyed his trip, and he was very enthusiastic about having spent the entire day in the village. He was really feeling as if he brought back with him the entire oxygen. He was that energetic. And now the son was wanting to give all the answers that he could to the father, and even the father eagerly waited to listen what the son had to say. And the son waited. He was collecting all his responses that he wanted to give one after the other to his father, and he was being thankful to the father at the same time for the same. The son began with the first comparison. He said, "Dad, what I recollect is that we have one dog in our house, and the villagers had 4 dogs." The second justification given by the son to the father was that we have one pool in our house, and the villagers had one complete river for their usage. The next, and the son said, "Dad, we buy foods and all the other needs for our meals, and those people, they don't buy their food, instead they grow theirs." The father was just imagining what the son's replies were coming up. He again urged the son, "What else, son?" He said, "Dad, we have lights and they have the stars." "And what else?" The son said, "Dad, we have our house which is very strong and its walls to protect us, and they have friends who come to their rescue whenever needed. And Dad, what I liked the most was we have a television in our house and they spend their time with the family. We spend all our time. I feel, Daddy, that you are spending such a lot of your time to earn money, and then we think that we have all the riches in the world and we have the entire world below our feet." But I found one thing, that at night when we were about to leave, they all sat down and they were praying. And I don't remember if we had prayed like that. Even their small little daughter, she sat down before she went to sleep on her bed. She sat and she prayed. I really liked it. And I understood one thing, Daddy, that we feel we have the world. But I find one thing, we may have the world, but they have God. Listening to the amazing thoughts of his small little son, the father was speechless. And so many things that he did not think earlier came to stand in front of him. He realized so many things. He realized that he wanted to show his son that we are rich and see how the poor people live. They survive in their small little accommodation with the meager what they have, and they satisfy their needs. And here I am being taught by my small son. The son shocked his father by adding his great sentence and shook his father from his thoughts when he said, "Thanks, Dad, for showing me how poor we are." The father thought, here I wanted to show my son how poor people survive and that we are rich. Also, that my son, you have all the comforts in life. Everything that you want, you are going to have it at one call of it. But my son has opened my eyes by saying that we are poor and not the villagers. Even I feel the same. And I feel like I must also take it as a lesson and give a message to everyone that this is where all of us go wrong. We feel that by having a great status, being successful, having a lovely family with all the luxury, a beautiful, well decorated, ornamental house, throwing parties as and when needed, whenever wanted, touring all over India and abroad. But we have never considered how poor we are, and actually how rich are those whom we consider poor. This, then, children, is the title of the story that I said that I'm going to tell you all at the end. It is not about money. This is the title of this story. And the moral of the story is it's not about money that makes us rich, but these that you see on the screen. It's simplicity, love, compassion, friendships, values, family, and time spent with the family, time given for the family. These are what make us rich. And most important is our relationship with God, to God, that makes our lives richer. The Bible says from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 8, verse 36, "For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul?" It means if you have gained the whole world and you have lost your soul, then what great profit have you made? This is exactly what we fall for. Always remember, money is not everything. Of course, we cannot meet our ends without money, but that does not mean that we start to worship money. Money does not become God. We should not start worshipping God, money, and think of God nowhere. Money is money. God is God. Don't worship money God, because then you are going to be away from God. And away from God, we cannot live for long, because He is the one, the Almighty, who gave us life. And only He knows when a person has to be born and the correct time of when the departure of every being is. I hope you have followed what I wanted to convey to you through this story. Always remember, do not greed for money, for it takes us nowhere. Value your people, value your family. Spend this time, spend it in a nice manner. Have a lovely time with your family. Stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. God bless you.